All right, folks, now it is time for Spaced Out. Today on Spaced Out, we are going to journey to a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away and talk about the return of the Jedi. Undoubtedly, the Star Wars movie that I saw the most as a child. Why? Because, let's be honest, when you're like 10, Jedi is way more fun than Empire. And we didn't own Star Wars. We just had Return of the Jedi and The Empire Strikes Back on, wait for it, video disc. That's right. Here's the thing. Return of the Jedi has gained a reputation in the years since its release as the bad Star Wars movie of the original trilogy, right? I mean, obviously, it's not the worst Star Wars movie. It's not even the second worst Star Wars movie. Nay, nor is it the third. And why not go all the way? It ain't the fourth worst Star Wars movie. If I'm looking at the Star Wars movies, it is, to me, a second-tier movie. I would say that Return of the Jedi, Rogue One, and The Force Awakens are all kind of too close to call. They're all super fun movies, and Return of the Jedi, folks, is darn fun. But they all sort of have the same problems, where there are amazing sequences and then there are problems. The amazing sequence in Return of the Jedi for me, and I know there are people who don't love it, is the Jabba's Palace sequence. The Jabba's Palace sequence is maybe to this day my favorite part of the saga. And yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I have recreated the Jabba's Palace to some degree in my home with the Kenner action figures. I was very excited to get the Max Rebo band this year at long last. I just love it. I know there are people who don't care for it because it's a little Muppety, but man, that's a plus for me. It's I think, a definite step up from the original Star Wars Cantina sequence in terms of creature effects. I love how Jabba, who you've imagined this whole time, is so completely inhuman, not in a moral standpoint, although he's kind of that, but just in looks. Like, he's not just a guy in a suit or a dude with stuff glued to his face. He's truly alien, and I like that. Again, the movie is fun throughout. A lot of people complain about the Ewoks. Guys, I like the Ewoks. I've always liked the Ewoks. I get that they're cute and cuddly and whatever, but I don't care. I like them, and I like that they're cute and cuddly, and I like that they murder and eat stormtroopers. What's not to like about that? And in an episode where we talked about Platoon earlier, let's be honest, the Ewoks, kind of an allegory for the Viet Cong. I mean, that's there. Now, supposedly George's original idea was that the Ewoks would just be Wookiees, and if you scramble up Wookiee, you get Ewok, right? And maybe that would have been cooler, but I will the part of my heart that loves Wicket W. Warwick and the rest of his clan, it will never die. Now, that's not to say there aren't flaws in Return of the Jedi. Harrison Ford is perpetually bored throughout this movie. He's just so bored. And the idea of making Leia Luke's sister, definitely a mistake. Plus, the movie sort of after Jabba's Palace, after Yoda, before Endor, and even for a while into Endor, the movie kind of takes a coffee break for a while. It really just sort of pauses, like, you know, the breathless action, we're going to stop it for a time. Still, there's an infectious fun to this movie that cannot be ignored, whether it's through the creatures and the scenarios, and just, you know, that original cast being so darn charming. Plus, that ending sequence between the fight on Endor and the fight outside the Death Star and Luke facing off against Vader and the Emperor at last is immensely satisfying to me. Return of the Jedi is 4 stars. And don't forget to visit our website, northmetrotv.com/everymovieever. There, you can watch reviews of every movie we've ever covered here on the show, as well as complete episodes. That's northmetrotv.com/everymovieever.